You were just at home, preparing to go to the bathroom for a meal, when suddenly two buttons appeared in front of you. If you choose the left button, you will have a 90-year-old, 1,000-pound girl to share a bed and pillow with for the rest of your life. If you choose the right button, you can select any game skill with no cooldown to use at will. The price for choosing either button is 3 Doge heads. You look at the two choices in front of you and smile slightly. Isn't this just a giveaway question? I choose the right button next to the left button. Instantly, countless skill icons float in your mind, but you have already made your choice. I choose to summon the undead. If this is paired with no cooldown, wouldn't it mean that with a mere wave of your hand, you could summon an army of millions of skeletons? Just as you finish choosing, a notification suddenly rings in your mind. Congratulations, host, on completing the choice. The host's identity has now been granted. Necromancer, skill, summon undead. Teleportation starting now. You find yourself transmigrated to a world where everyone can awaken a profession. And the original owner of this body had just awakened as a necromancer. You can't wait to open your panel and check it. Profession, necromancer. Level 0, mana, 100. Current gold trait, Heavenly Master's Borrowed Power. All skills have no cooldown, and a new gold trait is unlocked every 5 levels. Forget about the future gold traits for now. Just this no cooldown trait alone is enough to surpass all the SSS rank hidden professions in this world. You hesitate no more and head straight for the Novice Trial Grounds. After all, the most important thing right now is to level up. The Novice Trial Grounds as a whole is a huge floating platform. You pass through the dungeon teleportation gate to the center of the floating platform, a safe zone with a 10-meter radius. Outside the safe zone roam level 1 Pigsy Pigs. Although the Pigsy Pigs attack range is only 3, there are a lot of them. No wonder no novices come to the trial grounds. If you accidentally aggro a few into combat mode, you can't return to the safe zone. Novices only have 1 skill, so wouldn't that just be waiting for death? You take a deep breath and step directly out of the safe zone. With the withered wood staff in your hand, you summon at a spot opposite. 2 streams of black smoke shoot out from the staff, and in the blink of an eye, 2 skeletons materialize in front of you. You continue casting. Balls of black smoke continuously shoot out, and in the blink of an eye, 40 skeletons materialize. A dense, massive crowd. Outside the safe zone, a huge group. Although skill casting has no cooldown, summoning consumes mana. After summoning 40, your mana is already running low, but it's enough. With a thought of slaughter, the skeletons swarm out, pouncing on the Pigsy Pigs around them. The Pigsy Pigs' HP isn't low, but they can't withstand the swarm of skeletons. Successfully killed a Pigsy Pig, gained 10 experience points. Messages keep refreshing, and you immediately beam with joy. You specifically keep 5 of them around you as bodyguards, while the other skeletons rampage around. You stroll around as if taking a walk. Once your mana recovers, you immediately summon 2 more skeletons. The whole process is incredibly leisurely. In just 10 minutes, your level reaches 1, and you gain 5 free attribute points. Without thinking, you add all 5 points to intelligence. Now, your mana reaches 250 points. You glance at the skeleton army around you and cast again, draining all your mana in one go. The skeleton army grows even larger. You are no longer satisfied with the Pigsy Pigs and head towards the outer zone. After farming the level 2 Grey Wolves for 2 hours, your level successfully reaches 5. Your eyes light up. You hurriedly open the panel, not even bothering to look at the attributes, and directly add the points to intelligence. Then, you can't wait to check the skill panel, because reaching level 5 unlocks new skills and new gold traits. Congratulations on obtaining the new skill, Detonate. No cost. Controls and detonates your summoned skeletons, dealing 3,100% magic damage to all enemy units within a 2-meter radius. Looking at the skill description, you can't help but gasp in shock. You look up again at the skeletons around you that are currently killing monsters. These aren't skeletons, they're a bunch of bombs. By now, you have reached the level 5 area, facing the split hoof cows. The split hoof cows have high HP and defense, so the skeleton's siege speed has slowed down a lot. With a thought, over a dozen skeletons charge into the herd of split hoof cows. Then, with a boom, over a dozen skeletons explode on the spot in unison. Successfully killed a split hoof cow, gained 50 experience points. 8 split hoof cows exploded and gave 400 experience points directly. So fierce, you exclaim in shock. It's just a pity the mana isn't enough. If all skeletons detonate, you won't have time to replenish them. Otherwise, farming would be even more satisfying. Suddenly, you remember you forgot to check the newly unlocked trait. You open the attribute panel's traits again. Grafting would affect 100% of the damage taken by the player is transferred to the summons. Seeing this, your mind blows up. This means that as long as your summons exist, you won't die. You won't even lose HP. Paired with no skill cooldown, your summons are endless. You literally have an undying body. It's too strong. You can't help but curse out loud. You even think this trait of yours is a bit perverted. At this time, it's noon. You've been farming all morning, and your stomach is growling. So you exit the trial grounds, planning to grab a meal first. At this moment, in the dungeon hall, a young man dressed as an assassin sees you walk out of the trial grounds. His eyes flash slightly. He uses his insight skill to observe you, then opens his communicator with a look of astonishment, hurriedly sending a message to Qin Wuyao. She exited the trial grounds. He's level 5. Qin Wuyao. You two were originally classmates, both geniuses with mental power over 100. But Qin Wuyao awakened the 3S rank profession, Spatial Walker, and your mental power was 10 points higher than hers, yet you only awakened an ordinary necromancer. This makes her feel something is fishy, thinking you definitely aren't just an ordinary necromancer. necromancer. So, she secretly assigns someone to keep an eye on your movements. At this moment, Qin Wuyao is in the living room looking through profession materials. A middle-aged man beside her is somewhat anxious and urges, "What's so good about looking at profession materials? I've arranged people to take you leveling." Qin Wuyao replies unhurriedly, "Dad, what's the rush? I'm a hidden profession anyway. The Heavenly Dao sect is recruiting in a month." He glares. "The person in charge of recruiting at Blackfire Academy for the Heavenly Dao sect is your dad. If your level isn't higher than the others by then, I'll lose face." Qin Wuyao chuckles, puts away the profession materials, and says leisurely, "Let's eat first. After eating, I'll go to the wild to level up." As soon as her voice falls, a message comes through Qin Wuyao's communicator. She opens it to take a look, then freezes on the spot. Qinlai sees Qin Wuyao spacing out and can't help but urge, "Hurry up and eat. After eating, I'll have someone take you to the wild to level up. Try to reach level 5 before dark, then you can enter the dungeons." Qin Wuyao snaps out of it. Her mind is still on the news gathered by the people she assigned. "Do you know about the novice trial grounds?" Qin Wuyao can't help but ask. "Why do you ask about that?" "The novice trial grounds are extremely dangerous. Even if you fight carefully, the mortality rate is very high. Although the monsters give more experience, the farming speed is very slow. It can't compare to having someone carry you in the wild." Qin Wuyao looks at Qinlai in astonishment and continues, "What if a novice just awakened and went to the trial grounds, reaching level 5 in 2 hours? Is that possible?" Qinlai says without hesitation, "Even if it's a hidden profession, assuming they survive the trial grounds, let alone 2 hours, they wouldn't reach level 5 in 10 hours. Do you think the trial grounds are for fun? What if it's a necromancer?" Qin Wuyao continues to ask. "A necromancer's initial skill can only summon 2 skeleton soldiers, and the cooldown is very long. If the 2 skeleton soldiers die, the necromancer can only wait to die on the spot. Keep dreaming," Qinlai says bluntly. After speaking, he seems to think of something. "Right, for this profession awakening, are there any other promising candidates besides you?" Qin Wuyao shrugs and says, "There is one, but I can't tell you yet. What can't be said? There are only 5 rare professions in total. I'm just asking how those 5 are." Qinlai says matter-of-factly, "I don't know those 5. Not familiar with them." Qin Wuyao immediately shakes her head. Who awakens a profession and shakes their head? Otherwise, who else? If a regular profession wants to join the Heavenly Dao Alliance, that's absolutely impossible. Qin Wuyao doesn't answer, but opens her communicator and continues to stare at him. "You come out of the central square, and as you pass by the Tianyuan building, you stop your steps. This is the most high-end restaurant in Blackfire City. It is said that the chefs here are all high-tier life profession masters. The dishes made by the chef's flag can even increase attributes. Of course, the price of each dish is also astronomical. Don't say ordinary people, even the rich might not be able to afford it. You just pass by, preparing to go to the slums to eat. You still have over 100 gold coins, which is enough for a good meal in the slums. You splurge in the slums, spending almost all of the 100+ gold coins before returning to the dungeon hall. The assassin youth from before has been following you all the way, but to his surprise, you didn't continue to the trial grounds, but came to the squad dungeon zone. This place is divided into several zones based on levels. You come to the under level 10 zone. There aren't many options, only the level 5 Frost Wolf Valley and the level 10 Death Mine. You directly choose the Frost Wolf and step into the teleportation array. The young man sees your figure flash and disappear on the spot. He's dumbfounded. With trembling hands, he hurriedly opens the communicator to send a message to Qin Wuyao. He entered the Frost Wolf Valley alone. On the other end, Qin Wuyao just left the city and is looking for a leveling zone. She suddenly receives the message, looks at it, and her words turn fierce. "He just hit level 5, ate a meal, and went into the Frost Wolf Valley alone? Isn't that looking for death?" After thinking about it, Qin Wuyao replies, "Keep watching him. If he can come out alive, notify me immediately." After entering the dungeon, the biting cold hits you, making you shiver uncontrollably. Before your eyes is a world of ice and snow, a valley covered in heavy snow. A winding, twisted straight line leads to the final treasure, the Frost Wolf King. The Wolf King takes a deep breath and steps forward. Then, you tap the withered with staff on the ground, and an endless stream of skeletons pours out, covering the sky and sun. Now you have 450 mana points, which can summon a total of 90 skeletons. Then you wave your staff back, and the skeleton army marches forward in mighty formation. Wherever they pass, nothing grows. All the frost wolves encountered are swarmed to death by the skeletons. Successfully killed a frost wolf, gained 70 experience points. Not bad. It's even higher than the same level monsters in the trial grounds. The most important thing is, not only do the small monsters in the dungeon give experience, they also have a chance to drop equipment and gold coins. So the skeleton soldiers clear the path in front while you focus on picking up the loot behind them. Soon, you arrive at the first elite Frost Wolf zone. The elite Frost Wolf is as bulky as a bull, with extreme speed, high attack, and its attacks come with a frost attribute. But this thing doesn't even get a chance to touch you. The moment it enters the combat zone, a swarm of skeleton soldiers goes up. Then 20 skeleton soldiers surround the elite Frost Wolf. Instantly, a string of damage numbers pops out. The elite Frost Wolf's HP is cleared in an instant, and it falls to the ground with a howl. A blue light still flickers on the wolf's corpse. A blue rarity item catches your eye. You excitedly rush over. Luck is not bad. This Frost Wolf exploded and dropped a level 5 Frost Wolf cannon. Intelligence increased by 13 points. As for other defensive attributes and such, you don't even bother to look because you don't need them at all. But these 13 points of intelligence can provide an upper limit of 130 mana points. This means you can summon over 20 more skeleton soldiers, so the farming speed becomes even faster.